How's it going, everybody? Ryebread here today, and we are back with our Toronto Maple Leafs franchise mode, and we're up here in the offseason. We did miss the playoffs, and the San Jose Sharks won the Stanley Cup, but I definitely think we made some progress. I think the team did play very, very well, and I'm excited to see how we grow and how we progress into next season, plus the big signings we're going to have, because you guys, as it says on the screen right now, wanted me to go ahead and save money for some free agents, whoever may be out there. Now I can see the pending free agents just before the draft. So people that will be able to, come to Toronto could be one John Tavares, maybe a John Carlson. Hornqvist maybe one Evander Kane. We got James Van Riemsdyk here, Backlund. Hell, we could even bring in a Jágr. Why not at this point? Marchessault is not a bad signing. So a lot of players that could come to free agency. Not all of them are guaranteed to get to free agency. And as far as goalies as well, Robin Lehner, Antti Raanta, Hutchinson, Halak. So not a lot of great goaltending available. Since when is Lehner in 87? But anyway, that's just a different question. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and get into the draft here. Some of you were upset because I was trading a lot of prospects. I'm not too worried because I'm going to have a decent enough prospect pool. And like I said, this rebuild is going to try and happen as quickly as possible. Hell, we're not even rebuilding. We're just going for the cup. So that's because what you guys wanted, what you guys say, I have to follow. I cannot say, well, I don't want to spend big at the deadline. If you guys want me to spend big at the deadline or spend big in free agency, I have to, and I am going to in this video. But let's go ahead and get the draft started. We have I believe we have the 10th overall pick in the draft, so I'm kind of looking for maybe a defenseman. There's one or two defensemen in here that I've kind of been liking as far as players that I want to take. I don't know if they're gonna fall to us or who's gonna go, but I definitely think we want to go. Definitely a guy like Ty Smith. I've seen him become a stud. So if he falls to us at 10, he's definitely somebody I want. Then there's Evan Bouchard, who wouldn't be a bad pickup. Jared McIsaac, and so those three guys are guys I do want to go ahead and go after. If not, there's always Alexander Kovanov and Rasmus Kupari. Those are the pretty much, and Anderson McDonald. So those are the guys that are going to be in the top 10. We can always reach, like I said, Bouchard, Alexiev. We got Nicholas Bodin. Some good players in the draft, but I definitely want to get a guy like Ty Smith. If he's there, just a few picks higher, I may trade up. I don't know. As far as players in the later rounds, it didn't sort. There we go. Jet Wu is another option. Why is that sorting again? Oh, that's right, because I already hit it once, and I didn't think it simmed. So, sorry about that, guys. And then we got Kobayashi here. I don't think he's going to be as good as his potential says he's going to be. But, there's always that. And it doesn't really look like there's too many other tremendous players. 5th round Sodergran, excuse me. I don't know where the hell I got that from, but he's a good two-way forward in the 5th round. Some top 9 forwards here, but we'll see how it plays out when we get to pick wherever we pick in the draft, because I know we have our first, and I know we have a second. I think we have our third, but I don't know about after that, guys. So let's go ahead, just get this draft rolling. Enough talking. We're about a few minutes into the video, so let's go ahead. And the Devils get the #1 pick. Oh man, I forgot that they got the #1 pick again. So they're going to have Nico Hischier and Rasmus Dahlin and Will Butcher, and that is a solid core. So we'll go ahead and go pick by pick here, since it is year 1, just to see. Like I said, if Dahlin isn't taken #1, I would trade up, but he was taken #1. Man, could you imagine if the Dallas Stars got Heiskanen and Dahlin? That would have been nuts. But anyway, here we go. Sim the pick again. Svechnikov, a good right-wing sniper for him. That's a good pickup, and that leaves the New York Islanders to go ahead and take Joe Veleno, who will probably be the replacement for John Tavares, whether Tavares leaves in free agency or does stick around. He'll be his protege, so to speak. So we'll go ahead with the Vegas Golden Knights. They take Zadina. All right, so now we're in the top 5. End of the top 5, they should be Merkley. Yep. All right, so we have a chance to get ourselves one Ty Smith. I don't know if he's going to fall. I'm going to go ahead and view the draft class because, it's not a guarantee that he will fall. I don't know how high I want to trade up. All right, he's projected to be the next guy. I do want him. As far as trading for the pick, I don't know what they're going to want. They don't want to give it up. I wonder if my 10th overall pick is going to be good enough to 10th overall and let's say a 5th. There's no way that trade goes through, but we'll see. Trade rejected. Yeah, it's quite far off. So we'll see, skaters matching the block. They don't want our first, actually, but skaters do that they want. Connor Carrick, I think I'd be willing to get rid of him, although he's on an expiring contract, so they don't want that. Nikita Zaitsev, good God, he's got a one hefty contract there. I mean, he is medium top 4, but he's not really going to grow, so I'm going to see if they'll take him. They would have 45 skaters in the organization. That's okay. I'll just take back this guy, or why not take back I'll take Giertensen. All right, I'll go ahead and see. Will this go through? Trade accepted, so we are going to trade up. There we go. That's good to see. We got Zaitsev's contract off the books. I know he's a solid defender, boys, and that weakens. I know he's a quality player, whatever. It weakens our defensive core now a little bit, but it also saves us $4 million that we can go ahead and spend in free agency if need be. So we are going to go ahead and take ourselves one Ty Smith, and 60 overall, medium top 4, so he's not too bad. He's not too great right now, but I have seen him grow into becoming something special. So hopefully this guy right now, I believe he is from the CHL, so we will sign him just to get him on the books and everything. It's no big deal. We'll sign him. He'll be in the CHL anyway, and then we'll go ahead and hopefully have ourselves one solid defenseman prospect of the future. So now we'll go ahead all the way to round 2. Stone for our Stone and a 4th for a 2nd and a 7th. Stone. All right, $3.5 million. That's not bad. He's an 80 overall. I don't want that deal. I do not want that deal. No, thank you. All right, there goes Sutter, Akil Thomas. As far as players I missed on, or maybe overlooked in my wanting to take Smith. Kapari's a top 6. McIsaac is also a top 4, but they're pretty much the same thing. He's high top 6, so that's not too bad, not too good either. Hug here's a 65, but is he 19? I think he is. Yeah, he is 19. I was gonna say I don't think he is. 69 overall. There's some 69 overalls in here. They are 19 years of age though, so that's not too bad that we're missing out on those. High overall, but a little bit higher in age. Bouchard there. Yep. So if we would have stayed, if we would have stayed, we might have had. We probably definitely would have gotten Bodine or Wu. But I don't think we would have gotten Ty Smith. I think he definitely would have gone before us. And as far as players here in the bottom of the round, doesn't look like there was anybody that was a medium elite or anything, late in the draft. So let's go ahead. Second round, pick number 10. We didn't move at all up in the lottery, so we are still at number 10 in every round. Exact 7th defenseman. No, thank you. I kind of like this center Bitten here. Samuel Bitten. I think I've seen his name before. I don't know where or why, but I'm going to go ahead and take him. I believe I've had Noah Dobson before, and I don't think he turned into much. But I'm going to take Bitten here because we'll go with a center, get a forward, medium top 9, 51 overall. Not a great pick, but what are you going to do? It's just more players to... Wait, that's next year's second I wanted. Okay, maybe it was this year's second that had the less value. We give them a 3rd, and we get a 4th and a 6th. We give them the 3rd next year and we get more prospects this year. I'm going to say no, just in case, we want to use that 3rd for players next year. We have the final pick. We have the San Jose Sharks pick in round number 3. So we did trade ours away. Low top 9 Hatcher. That is tempting because he could be elite. I've not scouted this guy once. I have no clue anything about this guy, Donald Hatcher. I'm going to take him just because he's there. He's at the top of the board. And what was he? He was a medium bottom 6 player, so that's a little bit unfortunate. These medium bottom 653, but that seems to be the going rate for where we picked at the end of round number 3. It's more prospects, just fill out the depth of the roster, because like I'm saying, guys, we don't need superstars in the draft. I don't need to hit on low elites here or there. I need to hit on guys that'll grow and fill out the core of this team. Now, there's another defenseman here, Kyle Walker, 17, medium top 6. I think I'm going to go for it. Hopefully he's not 7th defenseman. He is a 7th defenseman. Well, we can always use him as part of a trade. I don't know. At this point, that was a little bit disappointing. It doesn't seem like that strong of a draft class. It's a little bit unfortunate to not hit on too many players. But we got O'Coin, Prince. I'm going to sort by potential now because we are in the 5th round. So we'll go ahead. Medium top 6. Exact top 9 in the 6th round card. Martin Card, or we can go with Monik here, the playmaker, the right-wing playmaker. He's 18. He's only 5'9". This guy's 6 foot. He's 17. He's exact top 9. I'm going to go ahead and snag him up. He's low top 9, which is a little bit disappointing. I would like to see him be medium top 9 there. But we do get another pick here in the 5th round, so we can go ahead and keep it rolling with and get some prospects that'll help grow for us and help just be solid players on the roster. Let's go ahead. And I think I want to take this goalie, I don't even know how to say his name, from Russia. He is a medium backup. That's more for trade bait, guys. I don't necessarily see myself using any other goalie than Anderson in the length of this rebuild. So on the quest for the cup, I should say this is more of a quest for a cup than a rebuild. Lundin here is low backup. That's kind of promising, but I'm not gonna really chance it. Oh, screw it. We're in the 7th round. You might as well take a shot on somebody, and maybe you hit big, maybe you don't. AHL starter. We don't hit big. So, I mean, it was the 7th round. Not a great draft, but we did snag the guy I did want. We got some depth for the organization, and we got some prospects for the future that we can also use at the deadline. If you guys so intend to keep saying we should go big at the deadline. So, there's only so much I can do. I can't trade away all of our players from now to get better win-now players. That doesn't make sense. I can't trade all of our picks because we might be able to hit on some elite players. So prospects are kind of expendable at this point. It's not really the way I like to do things, but it's the way you guys want to see the series go, and I'm more than willing to oblige there. So contracts-wise, you guys said to save up some contract space, so I'm not going to sign William Nylander. Just kidding. I am going to sign William Nylander back because, yeah, he's freaking good. And then guys like James Van Riemsdyk, probably I'm going to bring back. But other than that, I don't see myself bringing back Green. Actually, you know what? So, Hickey does want to come back. He's 29. He fits the mold of this team. Connor Carrick as well. But maybe a guy like Bozak, Komarov, Sedin, and Green, I'm just going to let walk. James Van Riemsdyk wants to talk. What does he want to talk about? Really changed the locker room for me. I'm sorry, man, but, you know, it's a business. So, William Nylander, what do you want? He wants, all right, a lot of money for a decent amount of years. All right, so if I sign him for 5 years at 5.8, 5.7, 5 years at 5.75, I'd be happy for William Nylander because I definitely think he's going to grow. James Van Riemsdyk, what do you want? He wants a lot of money. Maybe I could sign him. I don't want to give him 8 years just to get his contract as low as possible. 6 years would make him 35. Let's go ahead and see if we can get him 6 years, $5.5 million. He was one of our top performers. He does not want a contract extension, so I'm going to have to overpay for James Van Riemsdyk, which means I probably don't want to bring him back. Maybe I bring back a guy like Daniel Sedin for depth. He wants a contract extension, 1 year, 2.75. That's okay with me. Green, Van Riemsdyk, Hickey, I think I do want to re-sign him. He wants, that's a good contract. I'm going to just give him straight up what he wants. Hopefully he accepts it. That should leave us with a decent amount of cap space. I'm just looking through here to see any players that I think are a must-sign. Lupul, no thank you. I'm going to release him. Connor Carrick, I do want to bring him back. 3 years? Yeah, 3 years at about $2 million. We'll give him a flat 2 there as well. Hopefully I'm not eating up too much of our cap, but we'll go ahead and advance a day, see who accepts, see who rejects our contracts. I believe William Nylander did. He does want an extension, so thank God I don't have to overpay for him. And I can, you know, let James Van Riemsdyk walk to free agency because he does want a lot of money for what I think he brings to the table. He is a good player. Hickey accepted, Carrick accepted, Nylander rejected, but Sedin accepted. So William Nylander probably not going to really budge from what he wants. I don't know if he's going to change his asking price or not. That still leaves us with $24 million in cap, which is plenty to go ahead and get ourselves a couple stars in free agency. But William Nylander probably going to take up 5 years. Actually, we'll go 4 years yeah, we'll go 5 years at $6 million. I'm okay with 5 years at $6 million. A $30 million contract for a guy like William Nylander, I think, is exactly what he would deserve and what he would get on the going market. Bozak, if he wants a cheaper, oh my God, yes. How can I? Wait, he's just not happy. I don't think he's very happy right now. Hopefully, he's listed as a third line scoring forward. I don't know why he's so upset. I'm going to check that out right now. Trading Zaitsev, finishing last in division, individual performance, team meeting, playoff performance. All right, so he'll be okay. We'll give him 2 years at that $1 million. He's actually 1 year. Yeah, 2 years, just because I can always flip him at the deadline too. Kirby Reichel, I do want to bring back as well. 2 years and a cheap contract. I'm totally okay with that. Roman Polak, no thanks. Nikita Soshnikov, we'll bring you back. It's another cheap contract. I know this is $1 million though that keeps hitting. As far as goalies, we need to re-sign Calvin Pickard. Maybe last season was just a down year for him. Offer him a contract. He wants 1.5. I'll give him a solid $1.5 million. As far as goalies on the roster, we'll see, because we got Frederick Anderson, Pickard, McElhaney, Sparks, I'm just going to let this guy, Kasiksuo, I'm going to let him go to free agency. Sorry if I'm butchering names, boys. Names are not really my forte when it comes to speaking. Actually, speaking may not be my forte either after you guys have been listening to this for, about 15 minutes now. Green, James Van Riemsdyk, and Komarov. Leo Komarov does not want a contract extension. He also wants a lot of money. So I think those three guys we can find replacements for in free agency. Hopefully we can. I'm not a fan of building through free agency. 1 year, 1.2 million is okay with me. He's a fourth line center. He can be an AHL guy too. Let's see. Who else do we need down here? Some of these guys, yeah, they all want to come back. Hopefully they want two-way contracts. Do you want a two-way contract? You don't. You're listed as a fourth line forward. Colin Greening. 1 year, 1.1. Can I give you, actually, that's tough. Matt Marinson, gonna bring you back. It's a two-way contract, so no big deal. Valiev here, he's gonna just bolster the Calder Cup winning Toronto Marlies. So at least someone in Toronto won a trophy. Good God, that's so disappointing. Gertensen, right, I just traded for you, but we'll bring you back anyway. Why not? Hull, bring you back just because these are two-way contracts. They don't really hurt me too much. Chris Middleton? Nope, not quite. But is it actually Chris? It can't be. No, it's Keaton Middleton. I was gonna say Chris Middleton. No way. 20-year-old. No thanks. Goodbye. Not the fact that he was 20, but the fact that he was 61 at 20. So nothing against 20-year-olds, especially if they're named Austin Matthews. I want them back on the team. So we'll go ahead and see who accepts our contracts. Hopefully they do, because I don't want to have to dilly-dally too much with contracts, so we can get into the big name free agent signing. Okay, yes. Bozak. I think it may be time. I'm going to reject the dollar value. Nylander accepted, so that's good. Picard accepted. Kirby Reichel. All right, Bozak didn't want to. I don't think did he not want to be on the team anymore, or he just didn't like the dollar value I was offering him. Maybe that was it. We have 17 million. I don't know how much more I want to give, because I think it's going to be a lot if we want to go get ourselves one stud in free agency. But let's go ahead and Tyler Bozak does want an extension with us, so we'll offer him a contract. I gave him exactly what he wanted. We'll go up to $1.5 million, see if he'll do that. That brings us down to about $15.5 million on the cap. Very methodical process when it comes to re-signing players, and hopefully that money we're paying Bozak is done with the buyout or retained salary or whatever the hell we had there as well. So advance the day. He did accept it, so great to see that. This is tough, because I do want to go ahead and sign some big names, and you guys wanted me to sign some big names. We have about $16.5 million left, and okay, so we'll go by position. So goalies, we have Anderson and Picard. We're set there. Defensemen, we have Riley, Gardner, Hickey, Hainsey, Carrick. We'll probably go after somebody in free agency. And down in the AHL, we got Borgman, Marinson, Valiev, Nielsen, Dermott, Rosen, Liljegren, who grew quite nicely up to a 72, so that's really nice. Hope maybe he'll actually be an NHLer. We got a lot of good. I signed a lot of defensemen for the AHL, or for the NHL, excuse me. We'll sign Ty Smith just because I'll get him on a contract, because we don't have that many contracts on the books. He'll go play in the CHL. We'll negotiate that. So it's just because he grows, and I know they fixed it. I just don't trust it. So we have Matthews, Nylander, Marner, Kadri, Marleau, Sedin, Bozak, Hyman, Reichel, Brown, Lievo, and Soshnikov. So we could sign some more depth players. Maybe another stud will help us. Problem being, if we go after John Tavares, I'm going to have to displace Matthews from being the first-line center, or maybe make Tavares a first-line winger, because they're not going to be happy playing on the second line, guys. I can tell you that much. So I guess, is he worth it? This is really tough. This may be a turning point in the series. If I don't sign Jiver, that could hurt us quite a bit. So forwards here, we got, like I said, Matthews, Nylander, Marner. And if we keep Van Riemsdyk, it's Van Riemsdyk, Kadri, Marleau, Sedin, Komarov, Bozak, Hyman, Reichel, Connor Brown, if we don't sign anybody in free agency. Wait, no, Komarov's not there. Did I skip over Komarov? I think I did. I don't know. We have Brown, Reichel, Hyman, Bozak, Sedin, Marleau, Kadri, Van Riemsdyk, free agent, Marner, Nylander, Matthews. So if I give, because James Van Riemsdyk doesn't want to come back, so I'm going to have to give him like 4 years at $6.5 million. That brings us down to 10. That's going to be tight. Oh, God. You know what? Can I get him? Oh, I can get him to go down. Maybe 1 year at 6.25. 1 year at 6.25. We'll see how it goes. 1 year, 6.25. Hopefully he accepts that. I don't know how much more I want to give him. He's happy that I gave him a contract, so good for you. That'll leave us about $10.5 million to go ahead and sign somebody in free agency. He rejected, and Ty Smith did accept his offer. So and I didn't read what James Van Riemsdyk said, but $6.5 million seems a lot for him. He is an 80. What is he? An 85. He's listed as a solid second line. Now he only wants 6.2. Oh wait, that's what he wanted. I'll give him 4 years at 6.2. If he'll take that, I will love it. But he does not want a contract extension with the team and does want to test out free agency. I can always try and bring him back in free agency. He rejected the offer. I'm not going to dilly-dally with it anymore. We're getting to free agency with $16 million in cap space. Yeah, I know you guys are upset that James Van Riemsdyk left. But listen, he didn't want to come back to Toronto anyway, so you guys should be hating on him. Tweet at him, get under his skin. And John Tavares did make it to free agency, so you best believe that we are going after him. He wants... I'm going to give him $10.5 million. If guys like Draisaitl and Eichel are making $10 million, I think he should be making more. Okay, so that would be a large contract. He wants 4 years. I'm okay with 4 years at $10.5 million. That's going to eat into a lot of our cap, and I might have to look to get rid of someone like Marleau, but John Tavares there, and John Carlson as well, so $10.5 million. Ooh, I could go after John Carlson, and we could just totally load up on players from free agency. I could also go after Henrik Sedin and bring the Sedin twins back together. James Van Riemsdyk, I'm sorry, but you've been replaced by John Tavares. John Carlson, gonna hopefully get him 3 years at $6 million, because 10.5 plus 6 is 16.5, which gives us about $0.1 million on the cap to go ahead and do anything with. So, as far as players with potential, Jimmy Vesey, I want unrestricted free agents, please. And it looks like there's nobody really with potential out there. Kerdeals, Bitten here. I actually don't mind Bitten. He's 65 at 19, medium top 9. We'll go ahead and give him a, he won't count against our cap, will he? I'm not going to do it because last time I did something like this, I signed too many players and I didn't have enough contract slots to go ahead and keep all these players. So that was a little bit rough. I'm going to check how many contract slots we have now because I have a good feeling we're going to get those 2 players. We have 10. 10 solid contract spots. I'll take it. We have a boatload of AHL level defensemen who we can always turn into AHL level forwards or picks. Hopefully, boys, we are able to get John Tavares and John Carlson. Bring the Johns into town. Get these Johnny boys in here and go ahead and take ourselves to the Stanley Cup. So, advance the day. Oh my God, I'm actually really nervous because I don't want to screw this up. I don't want John Carlson to sign and then not have the contract space to bring in. All right, here we go. This should be it. Nope. All right, just kidding. False alarm. This should be it. John Tavares is a Toronto Maple Leaf, boys. There you go. That is beautiful. And John Carlson is not. I didn't offer you the dollar value you think you deserved. Seriously? Oh, God. Now I got to go find another. Actually, I had $7 million. I could go after a guy like James Neal and a guy like... All right, you know what? I do definitely want to go after a guy like James Neal. He wants 7 years, basically at $5 million. I can do 7 years at that price. There we go. And then I'll go ahead and sign... 7 years at $5 million leaves me about $2 million. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to sign. So we can sign the other Van Riemsdyk. Maybe, probably not, because I don't have a lot of cap space left anymore. 79 overall. So question is, should we? Well, we'll see. We'll see how this all plays out. Because under contract on the roster right now, I'm really disappointed that I don't know how he only hits the cap at. We had 16.6. I offered him 10.5. 16.6 minus 10.5 is 6.1. Yet, we have 7.2 million in cap space, which makes no sense whatsoever, but whatever. Yeah. You better not make me regret you offering that contract, and he's happy now. That's great to see. So, defenseman, here we go. Riley, Gardner, Hickey, Hainsey, Carrick, Borgman? I guess I could at least sign somebody who's, or maybe Marinson grows. I don't know. Maybe Liljegren takes a massive jump, which would be fantastic. But I think I'm going to go sign an 80 overall, a 70 overall. Plus, I could always trade a forward that we have that's excess because we're going to go after James Neal too. Or you know what? Let me just go after somebody in free agency because I have no clue how it hits the cap. He wants less money. Lucas Spiza here wants less money than Weidman. Weidman, I know, is an offensive defenseman, but we could use a defensive defenseman, although he's better at everything. That makes no sense. But you know what? I think I'm going to go after Weidman, actually. I'm just going to look over this 1 second, guys. I'm sorry about this. Bieksa, Weidman, is it really worth the extra money for the 80? I think it is. He's a good offensive defenseman. He's good all around. I'm going to offer him a contract. There we go. If we don't get James Neal, that's okay. We'll get Weidman. We'll get better defensemen. I'd rather get Neal, honestly. And I wish there was a way to like set preferences, like which one responds to you faster. But it'd be cool if there's. I got a whole video coming out on this sometime soon. So I'm just gonna let you guys know my wish list for franchise mode later. But wait for it. Weidman accepted, and I didn't offer him the dollars that he deserves with his skills. So it's okay. We can go after, like I said, a more depth player, or we can just go after, we'll go after a more depth player like Leo Komarov here. He wants 3 years at $3 million. I'm okay with that, honestly. That wouldn't be terrible. And he played pretty well for us in the role he was cast, right? Yeah, he had 29 points. How did he simulate? He was getting 14, so he was getting significantly less time on ice than he did actually in real life, and basically put up the same amount of points. Didn't score as many goals, but I'm not paying him to score goals. Good takeaway to giveaway ratio. He's a good two-way forward. How is his defensive category? Pretty solid. Physical category is good. Defensive awareness, stick checking, both I like. Is a guy like Joel Ward or Hartnell, are they more valuable as far as what they can offer? Scott Hartnell, he's listed as a power forward here. Good takeaway. He lays a lot of hits. He was only playing 12 minutes. Keep that in mind. And had 25 points to, I think, Komarov's 28. He'd also be cheaper. Nobody else wants him. I think I'm going to do it. He'll be a solid guy for the bottom there. And it'll also leave us a little wiggle room with the cap. So I'm going to also go ahead and see what prospects are still available. Jimmy Vesey, which is great, but I can't sign him because, well, I could, but it's an RFAT and I don't want to. And Nick Kerdeals wants an actual contract. Suomela, he's already 24. Boucher, Barber, De La Rose. You know what? That's not Todd. That's Tyler Bertuzzi. I'm an idiot. Let's see here. Sokolov, Zykerlis, Como, Ward, Colburn, and there's, yep. All right, so we're going to see if we can get Scott Hartnell to come to the team here. Glad we got Weidman and Tavares. Those two guys I think are going to be pretty good for us, and hopefully if we get Scott Hartnell here, that helps out the bottom six a lot. We already have Sedin in them to play the middle six. We're gonna have to cast one of Marner or Nylander to that. Scott Hartnell accepted. Beautiful. So I'm gonna go ahead, sim to next season. Don't forget to check down below for the question. I'm gonna ask the question as soon as I get back. Alrighty guys, we are back, and it's time to assign some captains here. I don't know who's got the captain. It's Bozak with the captain. I'm going to strip him of the captaincy because I think we know who our captain is. He was our leading performer last year. He practically willed us into a decent... I know we finished last in the division, but he almost carried us single-handedly into the postseason. So Austin Matthews, at the age of 20 or 21, whenever his birthday is going to don the C for the Toronto Maple Leafs, wearing that blue and white, looking so crisp with the C. John Tavares is going to get the A, and Morgan Rielly is also going to get the A, because John Tavares, I mean, he's been around, he's seen some shit. He's going to be the assistant captain, and I think our team is going to be shaping up quite well. I'm Bozak, come on, you're not captaincy material. It's Austin Matthews is the captaincy material. Now, this is tough. this is really tough. Who's got the better face-offs? It would be John Tavares. So there we go. That could be our lines. I mean, Reichel, sub him out for Brown, like, because he's listed as a third-line checking forward, or Zach Hyman here. Yeah, Connor Brown still got a little room to grow, so we'll switch him out there. We still have Nazem Kadri. We've got Bozak there as well on a pretty cheap deal. So he's back up to an 81. Glad to see. I'm really, really happy to see that. Maybe we need some winger help. I don't know. Defensively, looking like this. We got Weidman and Hickey, Hainsey and Carrick. So Carrick took a nice boost up to 79. He's now listed as a full-time 6th defenseman. Morgan Riley, Gardner, and in goal, we have Frederick Anderson and Calvin Pickard, who's actually grown a little bit. So scratched is Sosnikov and Lievo. So we'll go ahead and we'll just check. We'll just double check that nobody's grown to surpass somebody here in the NHL, or maybe close enough. Like if, say, Liljegren's a 6th defenseman, I'm playing him no matter what. He's playing in the NHL. I want him to play in his role. But let's go ahead. Start here at the back end. We've got Anderson and Pickard, both 86-82, and McElhaney Sparks. So that's solid goaltending depth in the organization. Now, if we look at defensemen, we got Riley Gardner, Hickey Weidman, Hainsey Carrick. Again, I think we can probably get ourselves some defenseman help if we need it. And, of course, Hainsey's contract is one that I don't want anymore. And it's going to be expiring at the end of the year. So that's great. So now we can spend that $3 million somewhere else. Carrick, I do like his contract, 3 years at $2 million, especially if he's going to stay at like an 80. If he gets to an 80 overall, I'm super pleased with that signing. Now, in the system, we got Valiev there, Borgman, Nielsen, Dermott, holy shit, boys, do we have a lot of, oh, wait, is he not in the CHL? I can call him up. That is super unfortunate. Wait, if I call him up and then send him down, does he have to go to the CHL? Because that's what I'm hoping. I hope the dude goes to the CHL because I don't want to sign him. And he's going to the CHL. Beautiful. So there we go. We sent him to the CHL because that's, if you have the opportunity to send someone to the CHL, do it because they grow quite well. So in the AHL, it's going to be Valiev, Borgman. I'm probably going to promote Liljegren with Nielsen and then Dermott Rosen. And wow, we have a lot of minor leaguer defensemen that could, you know, they could fetch us maybe a bottom 6 forward if we decide to trade guys like Dermott, Marinson, and Laverde here. Who knows what they'll get us? They might get us a better AHL or NHL level 6 defenseman, or package them with a pick or whatever. I don't know. But we do have a lot of, oh wow, so he's actually down there. He's in the CHL, but he's actually able to be called up, I believe, because that's the beginning of the season. Now we have, God, this contract. If we didn't have this contract on the books, probably we might have been able to sign somebody. But unfortunately, no, he's still on the books. Maybe I'll try and trade him. I don't know. But the question is for you guys: who gets bumped down? Do we bump Matthews to a second line center? Do we bump Nylander down a line, or does Marner take over that second line winger role? I mean, it could potentially look something like this, you know, Marner takes the right wing, Marlowe takes the left wing, Sedin then plays there on the third line with Bozak and Reichel, I think. Should Reichel play there? Maybe Kirby Reichel plays there, and then Hyman, Brown, Hartnell could be a fourth line. That could be the lines we roll with. I don't know, but if you guys think Marner should be on the second line, let me know in the poll. If you guys think Nylander should be on the second line, let me know in the poll. Or if you think Tavares should be on the second line, I'm going to give you 4 options. It's Matthews, Marner, Nylander, Tavares. Which one of them should be moved down? And that's the question for this video, because we're going to get through a little bit of simulation next time, and we'll assess how the team plays if we need to make any trades. Or if you guys want to comment, let me know down below in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.